It only takes one bad ingredient to force a recall. Tracing that ingredient fast is the key to protecting your brand, managing your recall, minimizing your risk, and complying with government mandates. CDC Software Ross Enterprise users now have a software tool that allows you to trace any ingredient or lot rapidly in an easy-to-read lot trace map. You can clearly see the data in a graphical map view, giving you the power to quickly identify the ingredient, good or bad, trace it back to the supplier, and forward through any and all finished goods and customer shipments. TraceExpress empowers you to conduct recalls, mock recalls, and certification audits in record time, streamline industry and government compliance, decrease response time, and build customer trust and loyalty. In a single view, you see the complete trace from the suppliers, the inventory points for raw materials, and finished goods. At each point, you see the warehouse, part, and lot number, and a product description for each of the products. As the lots come together into a manufacturing job, you can see the finished goods, warehouse transfers, and the number of shipments to customers, providing a full summary view of your product, including quality test results. With TraceExpress, it's easy and intuitive to get a complete map of your trace and drill down into the details. Let's take a closer look at TraceExpress in action. In TraceExpress, you can search on information for product and lots, suppliers and receipts, production, customers, and shipments. Searching with an item number displays all product matches in a user-configurable grid. In this case, products are grouped by warehouse and display the product, its description, the different lot numbers, expiration dates, and the current in-stock quantity within a particular warehouse. Users can personalize their own views, dragging and dropping to hide or display elements and columns to create a personal view. As the user clicks for different display information, the relevant information is shown. Users can sort information by any column, such as warehouse, find the lot number for a product, and retrieve all of the information in a graphical summary view. And in just one click, the trace is displayed with information on receipts, inventory, transfers, production, shipments, and more. You can also get more information about the particular lot you're looking at, such as the supplier associated with it. Or you can look at the inventory for the lot, where it was produced or transferred to, and where the current inventory resides. The TraceExpress viewer is designed to make it simple to trace lots quickly and easily. Hover over a supplier and you'll see receiving information. Hover over the inventory and you'll see inventory balances and shelf life. Hover over the job and you'll see how much was produced and when it was produced. If you want to zoom in to view more detail or zoom out to see a higher level view of the trace process, simply click on the plus or the minus signs, just like any map program, or use the slider to zoom in and out. Notice that as you zoom in, the thumbnail in the upper right corner of the screen moves and changes to reflect what you are viewing. You can easily move the image around and notice how the thumbnail, the blue box, moves around with it. If you need to send the trace to someone, you can conveniently save the image and attach it to your email. For even more information, open up the detail view. This is exactly the same trace you just saw, but with more nodes and every detailed step. If you zoom in again, you look even more closely at other details, like moving the ingredients from quality control into released inventory. You can look at each material issue and know what stage in the process it was issued to and the exact quantity issued. In this example, we will highlight a particular ingredient. Simply right-click on the node to highlight all of its destinations and see where this ingredient goes throughout the traceability chain. You can see where the two stages combine into a filling stage, then from the filling stage to a packing stage. If you take a closer look at the finished goods inventory, you'll see shipments and customers. You can even look at the warehouse transfers identified by a forklift icon. Let's drill down into receipt information. Here, you can see all the items on the receipt, select any of the items, and see the details for each one. Same thing with the inventory. When there are many different items used in a production job, you can see a list of all items. You can look at the inventory location in the warehouse. And for shipment details, you can quickly click on the shipment grid to see the customers and when the shipments were made. The map view is now replaced with a grid view of all the shipment details associated with this lot trace. You can take a closer look at a specific shipment and see the product, order number, shipment number, lot number, quantity, the PO number, the warehouse, the quantity shipped, and more. And you can click on any item in the grid to see the shipment information or the sales order. Let's bring up the ship note inquiry. You'll see the quantity and the status of the shipment as well as the invoice. You can also view carrier information and other tracking information on receipts and shipments. The next time you come back to a grid view, it remembers your preference from the last trace. Let's take a look at the quality control information. This shows the sample information for each receipt. It shows all the different items, the lot numbers that were sampled, as well as the quality control test. You can also see the limits, low, standard, and high, the actual measurement taken, and if there were multiple samples, it shows the average and whether or not the sample was in spec. You can see the production quality control results as well. In this case, it's grouped by QC test code. Now you can see the different samples and the different test codes and all of the test information that's available to you. With TraceExpress, you now have a powerful graphical tool that's easy for anyone to use. When you quickly see and visualize the path of the ingredient you need to trace, you can spring into action quickly, minimizing risk to your company and your customers. TraceExpress is one of many industry-specific tools included with your Ross Enterprise solution. Learn more about TraceExpress and get a personal demo by contacting your local CDC Software Ross Enterprise rep.